Hi everyone, this is Jen from Books, Bargains, Blessings, and I didn't get what sold in, was it February done? My grandmother, pictured here, she passed away in April, and the amount of stuff I inherited from her is just, it's beyond my comprehension. It took me 3 carloads, and I have a station wagon, plus a truckload to get it all home, and that's not even all of it. She was a crafter, and that is why I sell so many crafting materials and supplies on eBay, because she taught me everything I know about crafting, and you see her here with a spinning wheel. I was spinning by the time I was age 5. So anyway, that's why I missed last month, and we'll get into what sold in on eBay in March. This is one of my favorite cross-stitch series, the Praying Hands collection. They don't go for much. I ended up selling this for $6 on best offer, but I just love looking at them, and I picked them up at a thrift store more to just look at, and I knew I wouldn't do anything out of this book, so I put it on eBay. That's not what my grandmother would have done. Oh my goodness. She kept everything. I have found patterns back to like the 1930. Actually, I found one from 1916, which was before she was born. But I do try to keep my patterns in down to a mild roar so that they don't overtake my house and my home, which is what her stuff has done at the moment. But I'm looking into getting a storage unit so that I can have a little more time to go through all of her stuff. Also, I forgot to say, I picked this up at a thrift store for, I think, 50 cents. So I didn't make a big profit on it, but I do enjoy selling crafting materials, which is a good thing. This was something very, very unique. It was from the 1968 elections. It was right after it. And evidently, this was put out by the people who were anti-Richard Nixon. This, I don't know if it was photocopied or if it was an original piece from the newspaper. But it was from, I think, the Canton Courier-Journal, Canton, Ohio. And I had never seen anything like this before. I picked it up for $5 right before Christmas. And I sold it in March for $50 on a best offer. You remember me saying some time back that I bought a bunch of Joyce Meyer preaching CDs. This is another one out of that batch. I believe I paid $3 for it. Not a huge profit. They were easy to list, so I can't complain. I picked this up probably 4 or 5 years ago. It's a retro purse, a baguette. I was watching a lot of the What Sold on eBay videos by Jay and Ryan from Scavenger Life. They have somebody else, they post somebody else's What Sold videos at this point, but I learned a lot from them. I had this at a lower price for a very long time. I increased the price, and I sold it almost right away. I did have the word funeral in it because there are times that people know they're going to be needing something for a funeral before long. I mean, I knew well over a week before my dad passed that I was going to need something. So it might seem kind of creepy or whatever, but don't be afraid to put the word funeral in something that is appropriate to be taken to a funeral. I love selling the Spiral community cookbooks. They are usually not good sellers. This one sold for $17. No offer, just straight out sold. This is an early one. It was printed by the church themselves. You can see the 2 ring hooks that they used to put it together. And I just thought this would be of a very of very niche local interest to this area, and evidently it was, because it sold for $17 within a week of me listing it. I'm trying to clear out some of the sewing patterns that I have. I did put modest and jumper in the title of this because you can see that, this is a very long skirt. Well, it could be made long. You can see over here it's not. But there are a lot of Christian churches that want their women to wear like long down to their ankle dresses, and they will search modest and modesty. And I also put dress and jumper in this, and because it is the factory fold, let me show you that real quick. I guess I don't have it in here, but you can see it's never been out of the package, so I did put factory fold in this. And I'm just trying to clear out some of my sewing patterns, so if I get an offer, I usually take it. This sold at $6. I found a game in Goodwill Outlet. I didn't know if it was all there or not. Unfortunately, it was not. It looked like a game my husband and I would love to play, but it wasn't all there. All of these pieces, however, were in the game. The game costs, I think, around $25 new, and surprisingly, I was able to sell this for just these tiles. I still have other parts of the game that I can piece out, but just these tiles sold for $17.59. This was at a Goodwill Outlet, so I probably paid under $1 for everything that was in the box. When I first saw this coffee mug at a thrift shop, I was just, I was like, oh, somebody's going to want that. It's pink. It's got shoes on it. There's high heels on it. And there are some women that are just crazy about high heels and high heel memes and all of that. And if I even look at high heels, I get dizzy. So, I am so not into the shoe fashion world. But I knew this would sell. I picked it up, and I noticed on the bottom, let me change that, it says it's from the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. Well, generally anything you find from an art museum is high quality, and it's going to be desired. So I put this on at $29.99. I was having a sale. It sold at $26.39, and I know I did not pay more than $1 maximum for this. This is a Paragon, which is a craft company from the 1960s. This is a sampler that says, "Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take." I always think that's kind of creepy because it's like you're telling a kid they might die while they're asleep. And there are updated versions of that. But my grandmother, who I showed at the beginning of the video, when I was born, she made me a baby blanket that she quilted, and each of the squares were a Paragon teddy bear. And so I figured somebody would want to make one of these for their, child, even grandchild, as old as I'm getting. Because I'm in my 40s, and that's frightening that so many of my friends are grandparents. But, if their grandmother had made one of these, I thought they might want to make one for their grandchild or something. So I listed it at $25. It sold for $21.99, and I paid, I believe, 50 cents for this. This only sold for $6. It's an extra, extra large Harley Davidson, Somerset, Pennsylvania t-shirt. There's a lot of Harley stuff in my area, and sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. This one, I didn't realize there was a stain on it, so I sold it for $6, and I think I paid $4 for it, so I didn't make any money, especially because I give 10% of everything to charity that I sell on eBay. But I didn't make anything, but I got it out of here and I got my money back. This is the last item I have to show you. It was a slow month in March. This is a spiral community cookbook from the 876th Engineer Battalion in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. and Army. So I did Army, US Army, all of that in it. And I believe it sold on a best offer for $8. I think I paid 50 cents for this. So, but yeah, I have been very busy. You would not believe what my living room looks like. I am looking forward to getting more time to list so I can have better and longer what's sold on eBay videos for you. Um, at one point in time, my grandmother was told she had the world's largest collection of antique bob and lace patterns. I have not found them. I don't know if I ended up getting them. It's a long story I'm not going to go into, but yeah, I'm not even sure at this point what I have, what I don't, what's still in storage. It's been crazy. So anyway, I'm looking forward to having more time on eBay to list so that I can show you much better and much longer videos here in the near future. So that's what I'm going to do now. So you get on over and you get listing too. Let's make some money.